the confusion and challenges that come with a curriculum like IGCSE and IB make parents feel overwhelmed. EQ, CQ, and IQ, these are the three basics that build the foundation of any kid's personality.
Yeah.
Most students need some time, others need structure, but trust me, every student needs somebody to believe in them other than their parents.
How do you manage to give the classes at 1/3 the prices? What is the concept behind that?
Understanding that everything designer does not have to be unaffordable, it does cost an arm and a leg.
What techniques you use to make sure the students are focused?
It has to be interactive, and other than that, I study with them personally. Like, I just bulge into the class out of nowhere, and I might just ask them a question while listening to the teacher.
Namaste and a very warm welcome to Women of Wonder by Reema Mahajan. I'm your host in those, Reema, and Women of Wonder is our podcast where we share stories of empowered and ambitious women so that we can all take inspiration from them. I'm joined by a very special guest today, who's flown all the way from India. She's none other than Isha Sharma, the founder of Isha Education, an online education firm that is making waves in the IB and IGCSE tutoring space. Now, over the last 10 years, Isha has personally taught more than 150 students, guiding them to consistent top grades, whether it's the A plus, A's, and the B's. Now, I think what makes Isha Education very, very unique is their student first approach. Unlike very large tuition centers, Isha Education focuses on a very personalized one-to-one sessions, ensuring that each student learns at a pace that is consistent with them. And here's the real game changer. While parents in Dubai often spend a fortune on tutoring, Isha Education offers world-class quality at nearly, you won't believe it, 1/3 of the prices. But honestly, academics isn't the only thing that they are focusing on. Isha Education provides free counseling for students, whether it's academics, emotional, and teenage counseling, plus very personalized study timetables which are designed around each child's school schedule. They even have introduced very, very effective techniques, which we are going to dig deeper here today. Like, I want to ask Isha, what is the Pomodoro technique? How does it help build study habits? And for families with SEN learners, Isha Education offers very tailored strategies to ensure that every child feels included and no child is left behind. So today, we are going to dive into her journey, the story behind Isha Education, and how this model is transforming learning for IB and IGCSE students, especially for our families in Dubai. Isha, welcome to the podcast. It's lovely to have you here, and thank you for flying all the way from India to chat with us.
Thank you so much, Reema, for making this possible. Firstly, without you, I wouldn't be here. So immense thanks. And thanks to being on IWD, I was able to bag a couple of parents and do my demos, through which I just kept getting referrals through them. So a big hand of IWD in my career has, been there for sure. And I want to thank you for that. Thank you.
Amazing. We love to be a part of your journey. And I really want to start from the beginning of your journey, right? Why did you start Isha Education? You've had your own IGCSE journey. Tell us a little bit more about how did the idea come into being?
So firstly, I love kids a lot. And the confusion and challenges that come with a curriculum like IGCSE and IB make parents feel overwhelmed, because now that they're NRIs, they want to ensure that their kids get the best of education. They put them in schools where they have IGCSE, IB, AP, all these designer curriculums, but they do not really know how to help them. It's exactly the same journey that I embarked on when my parents were really confused when I did IGCSE Edexcel 20 good years back. So I thought, why not, given that personalized touch with the experience and expertise that I have, to be able to create the entire syllabus in such doable steps with app integration, focusing on their personal study habits to make it more effective, so that learning is not just about results, but having that curiosity to be able to learn and be interested in learning genuinely, so that the kids, the parents, they all see that it's a very, very organic growth, And the kids are very confident eventually once they follow the structure and get good grades with us.
Wonderful. And you mentioned good grades. Now you've had a very consistent performance, right? Top class students, top class grades, the A's, A pluses, and the A's, and the high B's. What's the secret, Isha? Tell me the secret.
There is no magic recipe or magic wands to this.
I wish you had told me, kar lo and A plus aa jayega.
No, it's all about consistency,
Right.
compassion, I would say,
Yeah.
because each child has a unique personality, right?
Yeah.
So they have their CQ, creative quotient, IQ, intelligence quotient, and their emotional quotient, EQ. EQ, CQ, and IQ. These are the three basics that build the foundation of any kid's personality.
Yeah.
So we have to treat each kid in a unique way, understanding where they emotionally feel targeted when it comes to their peers, or if they feel pressurized because of the academics. Because sometimes what happens is they rush the syllabus, and so even good students need this aid of online or offline tuitions, definitely. And so we have to just come in there. Most students need some time, others need structure, but trust me, every student needs somebody to believe in them other than their parents. And Isha Di has to let them know that they are capable of achieving anything they put their mind to. Bit by bit, consistently, with a structure, we will definitely achieve it.
Beautiful. And Isha Di, I know that today when you give personalized one-to-one coaching, education is becoming a very commercial industry. Parents, especially today, have to shell out a lot from their pockets. Basically, मैं तो बोलती kidney बेच के बच्चा पढ़ा रहे हैं हम, right? How do you manage to give the classes at 1/3 the prices? What is the concept behind that?
So, understanding that everything designer does not have to be unaffordable, it does cost an arm and a leg. Especially when you're living in expensive cities like Dubai, London, Australia, and wherever all our NRI parents are, right? They came here to get a better living standard and a better future for their kids. The main reason why we all are here is for our children's future, right? So that doesn't have to come at the expense of spending immense amount of money on offline schools and then enrolling them for extracurricular activities that are costly again, and then doing the offline or online tuitions all over again to even help them out with that.
Yes.
Since I told you that the schools are really amazing, so are their teachers, right? They are very capable, which is why they're there. But they have that pressure of completing the syllabus within 6 to 7 months, leaving kids somewhat confused. So they are not able to retain that information for long. And we provide these personalized classes, as I've shared with you, at affordable rates, which otherwise would be at least twice to thrice the amount in AED or Singaporean dollar or wherever the parents are. The classes need to be affordable so that the kids can even do more classes for other subjects if required. We're here to help them and let them know that academics is not just about being commercial, but there are still people who want kids to shine through and pave their way with reasonable fees even for the parents.
Beautiful. And then tell me something which I also as a parent struggle with, right? There are always rough patches. How do you come into the picture? How are you going to reassure the kids and the parents in a lot of the cases that it's going to be okay?
Okay, this is the biggest fear of a parent when they see their kids suffering through, either because of some emotional problem that could mostly come through peer pressure or something online. Kids are exposed to a lot many things these days, and we might not have total control over it. So as much as nurturing as we may be as mothers or even as fathers, whatever we do for our kids, they do face emotional or academic pressure. And how we help with this is we try to understand the main root cause of this. And if it is anything that is emotionally disturbing the student, I personally sit with them as a sister, not as a tutor, as a mentor who is there to listen to them without judging them, whatever it may be. And letting them know that they can confide in me instead of me just sharing it with the parents and going through a typical approach and being another parent to them. I try to be a sister, an elderly sister to them. I listen to them. If it's something emotional, we try to tackle it with the techniques needed, right? Firstly, being a very good listener without judging, number one. Number two, whatever academic issue is there, we have to put it in a structure where we can put it into doable steps so that the kid can complete those study tasks effectively. And then we do a PTM with the parents. We let them know the progress. We show them on the app their report card. We give proper report cards, proper assignments, and I coordinate with them not just on WhatsApp, but even in person when we meet, and even on the phone calls, even on Zoom calls. So that personalized touch has to be there to make sure that all these issues are always tackled.
Wonderful. So, in addition to meeting the parents and these techniques, Isha, let's talk about the tips and the technology that you use in your building your business. I want to talk about technology first, right? I think you've built an app which is for parents and the students and all. Tell me more about what is this app? How do you use it?
So this is in integration with Google.
Okay.
Most schools use the same
Okay.
because they are very learner friendly, and they have an interactive platform where we are able to share the YouTube links and live worksheets and so many other amazing things to keep the kids indulged in the session.
Okay.
It has to be interactive, otherwise kids get bored very easily.
Right.
Trust me.
Yeah.
We don't want to have a traditional tutoring session where the teacher is just teaching and the kid is like, oh, when is this class going to end?
Yes.
We
Yeah.
don't want that.
Huh.
So we need to ensure that when the teacher does the class, the kids don't waste time copying. Every single note is annotated, shared on Word with the diagrams and with past question papers. Yes, on each topic, we do that. For all the IGCSE or IB, we have an entire plethora of the study resources, exam resources. Mention it and we've got it. And then we structure it with the homework, the date, the timing of the class, the hour done, the class number, the summary of the topic done, and a feedback from the parent whenever we share the test result and the report card. And then we have monthly assessments, fortnightly assessments, a lot going on, just like an offline school. This is an online school. Yep.
Okay. And how do you make sure kids are awake in the online school? So, what techniques you use to make sure the students are focused?
It has to be interactive, and other than that, I study with them personally. Like I just bulge into the class out of nowhere, and I might just ask them a question while listening to the teacher. So, what was ma'am talking about transpiration? Do you mind explaining this to me? If you were my student, I would say, Reema, so what did you learn about transpiration? Can you just tell me a bit about it? It doesn't have to be exactly the same. But then, by that, I get to see that you are learning the concept.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned about the Pomodoro technique. How do you bring focus into a child's life? And especially kids today are high energy, right? They want to move around, they want to jump around, and especially the little ones, right? How do we keep them focused?
Yeah, so the Pomodoro technique is a life-saving technique.
What is Pomodoro technique?
So it's a technique wherein a student is able to focus and their retention increases by doing a 25-minute lap, 25-minute timer, then it turns off, then 25 minutes timer again after 5-minute break. And by doing this, we are able to break all the subtopics into segments. Otherwise, you know what, Reema, kids are very tired. Imagine they wake up in the morning, they go to school, yeah? They bust there with their enthu and everything. They are tired by the time they come. They have extracurricular activities, whether they are junior kids, whether they're senior kids. And then they have offline or online tuitions. How much time does that leave them to do that self-study that they need to do in order to have that interest and curiosity in learning? Otherwise, they will not get the good grades that they need to do so that they feel confident, right? So when they do the Pomodoro, they do these stretches of 25 minutes each and cover quite a lot in a minimum time. And because of this, the parents are happy that the kids study with energy instead of being stressed all the time. It definitely works for senior kids especially.
Amazing. I'm going to go back home and try and implement it in my
You
household.
should, you should.
Yes. Wonderful. Isha, so that brings me to my next section, and this is actually the more fun section. I call it the direct dil se, or, the rapid fire round. We have some questions for you. The whole idea is to get to know more about you and your venture at a different level, okay? Not as a teacher, but more like who's Isha and what does she believe in, right? So are you ready? Shall we start?
Yeah.
All right. My first question is grades or confidence? What's more important?
Confidence, because then grades follow naturally.
Wonderful. One service other tuition centers don't provide, but you do.
Personalized timetables, Isha Di being there for you 24/7, be it for your MUN, be it for any academic counseling, be it for any emotional issue you might have. I'm the Di who's always going to be there for you.
Wow. What's the fastest improvement you've seen in a student?
So this was my first student in 2019, 1 year exactly before COVID. Zaid from Abu Dhabi. He did well in all other subjects except for physics. And when I did physics with him, he scored an E to an A within those 6, 7 months.
6, 7 months? That's amazing. What a transformation. Okay, complete the sentence for me. Isha Education is.
About quality online classes and quality results at very affordable fees.
Ah, wonderful. One thing that parents in Dubai, and I know you have a lot of clients here already in Dubai, right? What do they love about Isha Education?
The personalized classes and me treating their kids as though they are my little siblings, and the incentives that I always give to them, which is why the students study. I come to meet them in Dubai. I go all the way to Australia and catch up with them. I let them play with my pets when they come to India. We go out for little dinners or lunches, and I'm always there for them as their sister, not just making this a very commercial thing just for the education and dealing with them as clients. No, never.
Wonderful. So that was the parents. What about the students? What the students and the kids, what do they love about Isha Education?
The fact that they are always seen and heard emotionally, firstly, because I feel you need to tap into a kid's heart to be able to reach their brain and make them do that study and the self study and be there for them in order to get the results so that they believe in themselves. I want students and all kids to believe in themselves, whether they are special education needs learners or whether they are general learners. Anything they put their mind to is doable. The sky is supposed to be their limit, always.
Wonderful. Sky is the limit, but what's more important to reach the sky first, the success in the sky? Is it technology or textbooks?
Both integrated smartly, because in this era where kids are hooked onto iPads, you want them to hook onto the iPads to be able to study as well, not just use it for recreation and just play Roblox and all these games all the times and playing with Labubu dolls and all. You want them to come online. You want them to come online to make it somewhat useful, and spend their time judiciously online as well to learn something for their betterment.
How do you drive them away from Roblox?
That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. So this is a challenge we often face. I tell their moms to let them know that they can play. They
Yeah.
have to allot a specific 30
Time.
minutes.
Yeah.
If a student now wants to use that for their coding, that some kid enjoys coding, some kid wants to watch TV, some kid wants to use their iPad for whatever it is, please make sure that you allow your children without letting them become addicted to it. By timing it, it should be an incentive, right? Like you tell them, beta, please complete your homework, and then before you go to play, you are able to do your assignment and everything. Then we will allow you to use these 30 to 45 minutes for so and so activity, right? It should be an incentive. It should not be something that you just let them go around with because they have that technology or that mobile phone or that iPad with them all the time.
Wonderful. That's a great tip. Okay. You do online learning, right? So your education is all about online. No matter where you are in Dubai, you can join your classes. What's the one misconception about online learning that you would like to break today?
That online learning is impersonalized, wherein I feel that it is way more interactive and can get your child hooked on way more than offline classes, because kids, when they have an offline class, they want to loiter around or then run around or be like, can I please use the loo, miss? Or so that they have something or the other going on. But when that online class is there, I make sure that both the student and the teacher cams are turned on at all costs at all time. Otherwise, I ring a call to their mom instantly and tell them that the kids cam needs to be on. And so we use all these interactive worksheets, like I told you, a lot of YouTube videos, and a lot of experiments. I make my kids do experiments. Yes, they're even there on my Instagram. Like if you're doing refraction, the student would explain it, putting the pen in the water and explaining what she understood. So it's not just about covering the concepts, but rather learning it in a very fun way, doing these experiments to be able to retain it forever as well.
Wonderful. Isha, you're very passionate about your work. I can see that it comes out when I talk to you. What drives you? What motivates you the most in your work?
Well, I just want to see students believe in themselves. Back in school, I was always doing well academically and in other fortes as well. But then for me, it was important when I was able to use my recess to help my other friends learn those little maths or other sums because they were like, hey, Isha, can you just help me with this? I'm like, yeah. And it's not that tough. Like, even if you don't understand it from sir, you got to just remember this formula and let's just practice 2 to 3 sums. So it's just doable. I would feel very happy seeing that there was no gap between a weak learner and a student scoring well if they were able to bridge that gap by learning something in a better way. You just have to make it simpler and doable in a structure, and any kid can outperform themselves and whatever expectations their parents may have. Yeah.
Wonderful. So any and every kid can pretty much outperform themselves if motivated
Absolutely.
the right way.
Yes.
You've built Isha Education from scratch. We were talking before we started the podcast shooting, right? How we both started around the COVID time and then we've grown gradually. What is the vision for Isha Education? Where are we heading from here?
Well, my vision personally is child empowerment. I need to see that I'm able to deliver quality education for IB, IGCSE, AP learners, women, and people who want to go abroad for TOEFL, French, migratory exams, or even kids who are doing BBA in universities in UK. It should be affordable. They should be able to get the results that they truly are looking for without feeling pressurized, number one. And I try to see that I use the little bit that I'm able to save from this in child welfare and animal welfare, which is a cause that is very dear to my heart and has always been. I want to ensure that I'm able to eventually and hopefully someday come up with an NGO for our girl children so that they're able to gather the education necessary for them to land up in good paying jobs, because of which their future will change for the best, hopefully.
Wonderful. I think we have a lives very much in parallel. I talk about women empowerment all the day, all the time, all every day, morning, evening, afternoon, and I can see you talking about child empowerment and how you want to give the tools for more and more people to have life skills and getting education, a good education, good quality education. In fact, it's very important these days. Isha, that brings me to the final question. There are a lot of Indians watching this. There are a lot of parents who are going to be watching this podcast. What's your message to everyone watching this podcast? What would you like to tell them?
So it all starts with you, mothers and parents. Remember that you have to get started with wherever you are, with whatever you have. Don't doubt yourselves. You see, follow your instincts. You just have to get started somewhere or the other. Okay, follow your instincts and trust your journey. Once you feel that you're able to be your best self, then only you'll be able to instill that faith and share tips with your kids instead of running around all the day and then bashing them for not listening to you. So build that patience, build that resilience. And of course, you are a woman, you are a wonder in yourself. What more do I have to say? Believe in yourself for the wonder that you are. You can do anything you wish to.
Wonderful. You can do anything that you wish for. And that's kind of the final and the closing message from our Women of Wonder, Isha, today. If you enjoyed this conversation, if you have questions about can my child also improve their academic and overall performance, I think you need to just switch on that first conversation with Isha Education. It's not only about personalized one-to-one coaching, it's also about getting it at a very affordable prices. And in today's world, I know how much of a bomb you parents like me and you pay. So we are going to share all the details for Isha Education below in the comments of these podcasts. If you would like to have a conversation with her, give her a hello and send her a message. Say you're from IWD, you watch this podcast. I'm sure they will do an amazing job with all of you. We've got Isha has some amazing clients in Dubai who can vouch and give testimonials for her for the amazing work that she does with the students. Again, this is not about just making the students top in the exams. It's also a very inclusive education institution that she's trying to build with people who want to get educated for TOEFL or higher education for mothers. Some mothers might want to come back to the workforce and might want to learn spoken English. So if that's the case, Isha is still your person to reach out with it. With that, we would love to thank our Women of Wonder, Isha, joining us today. It's been an amazing. If you liked this episode, please like, subscribe, and share this one with your friends. There might be one person, one parent, one woman who might need an Isha in her life to have
And
more
all
life.
of us need Reema in our lives. Thanks to Reema. She made this possible. And guys, I'm not kidding. Honestly speaking, I did have my referrals from parents in Delhi, Africa, and all, since I was also raised abroad. But then when I came onto IWD, I had a couple of parents, about 4 to 5 of them. I do not have a website. I do not do all these fancy reels and everything. But because of Reema's IWD, I was able to reach to the parents, to the demos, after which they keep giving those referrals. And in Dubai itself right now, I have about 80 to 90 kids in the past 2 academic years.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Reema, thank you so
Just
much.
from the power of the Facebook community and the referrals in the IWD community we've built. So that is the power of doing the right work at the right time and, actually creating impact in students' life, because parents will not refer to their friends if they don't see the impact in their improvement in performance and the impact in their child lives. So kudos to the amazing work you're doing. Isha, thank you for coming all the way from India for doing this podcast. We actually want to see you more often. So hopefully we'll bring you back in very, very soon. But we wish you all the very best, and it's been amazing talking to you.
Wanna thank my parents and my husband for empowering me as a woman, and our husbands to make this possible, because that's what Reema is also trying to do here. Women empowerment. Girls, we need to empower each other instead of ever comparing, looking down on each other. We all have our distinct and unique journeys, right? So let's just wake up in support of each other and do something extremely wonderful with our lives and with our children's lives.
Wonderful. On that note, I think Isha has done an amazing job of telling what I would have told you. So there you go. We need to work together and we need to grow together, and that's what we are all about. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.